Climate change is responsible for the extremity of the catastrophic floods ravaging parts of Europe, political leaders have said.
Here's a summary of the article.
Climate change is responsible for the extremity of the catastrophic floods ravaging parts of Europe, political leaders on the continent have said. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has joined senior figures from the affected countries in pinning the devastating flooding on the climate crisis after the death toll in Germany and Belgium topped 100. German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier has also said the floods, which have been most deadly in Germany, were evidence that more needed to be done to combat climate change. Dr. Liz Stevens, Associate Professor in the Department of Geography and Environmental Science at Reading University, called the flooding a sobering demonstration of how even the most developed countries are not prepared for the impacts of climate change. Politicians commenting on this week's flooding have been notably bold in drawing the link with climate change. Armin Laschet, premier of one of the worst affected German states, North Rhine-Westphalia, warned, "We will be faced with such events over and over, and that means we need to speed up climate protection measures, on European, federal and global levels, because climate change isn't confined to one state." Sky News has launched the first daily primetime news show dedicated to climate change.
This post received a score of 4,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Fuck political leaders. Scientists have legit been saying this for years. The 2030s are going to be lit because 2 reasons: 1. Shit be like this sometimes, and 2. We fucked around and now we are finding out. I'm personally almost as terrified of the social panic that will ensue when people realize how fucked we are almost as much as climate change itself. What happens to society when we realize that our leaders sold us out and that every new generation will have a decreasing quality of life? What happens if we realize that collapse is right around the corner? Do people riot? Do people drop out and go survivalist mode? Do people go the full hedonist party because it doesn't matter anyway route? Do people double down on denial because the truth is too hurtful? I could see a lot of different kinds of reactions. Either way, future generations are going to be so pissed at us for failing them. It's going to be a shit show. All of the above will happen. The rich can try and hide all they want. The people suffering will rush their bunkers and mansions. I am terrified for my young children. Normally I would never want to die after my kids, but it scares me leaving them in a dying, chaotic world.
This is why I didn't have kids, and have no plans. I'm not going to watch my children, suffer in the world we are heading towards. Already worried about food shortages due to climate change. I am not looking forward to that happening.
Agreed. I love my hypothetical children way too much to bring them into this world.
Those same political leaders will do nothing significant about climate change, because the public will vote them out if they deprive them of any modern luxury. If only the public was smart enough to know that climate change will deprive them of many luxuries. The public is short-sighted.
If only health insurance covered glasses, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Remember the climate change deniers credo. It's not happening. It's happening, but it's a part of a natural cycle, not man-made. It's happening and it's not part of a natural cycle, but we don't know if it's man-made. It's happening and we know it's man-made, but we don't know if we can stop it. It's happening and we know we can stop it, but it's too expensive. It's too late anyway.
And the cope? It's better to look on the bright side. The NW Passage will be open year-round. It's better for the plants that are able to be watered. They have more CO2.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.